Thank you so much for watching again this episode. Daniel Telepa TV is the name, and I'm glad to be here today and being part of this conference of the National Mental Health Conference 2024. I'm glad to be part, and as usual, I always say that the problem we have around mental health is the stigma that comes with it, and the lack of information, and above all, the ignorance that comes with it. Looking at our theme for this year, strengthening collaboration and partnerships for better mental health services in Uganda. Looking at mental health helps me and you to be able to work well, to be able to learn well, to be able to manage our stress on a daily basis, to be able to realize our potential and our abilities, and at the same time to be able to contribute to the community. That is mental health. That's why we are trying to promote mental health. Why? Because when there is mental illness, that means productivity is affected, we can't work well, we can't learn well, we can't realize our ability, we can't realize our potential, and things fall apart. That's why we are trying to promote mental health. Now, talking about this whole subject, one thing I always emphasize is in as much as mental illness has a way of clothing us with the garment of shame, with the garment of rejection and despair, with the garment of uh, challenges that come with, we want to always remind each one of us help is available. Support is needed for us to be able to seek for help and to be able to break stigma, to be able to have fruitful lives. People recover from mental illnesses, and there are so many mental illnesses that I've captured in my book, even as a testimony in here. That's why Bible tells us in Psalm 107 verse 2, NIV I quote, let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story. That's why we're telling our stories, to help people know that actually help is available. That's one. Two, treatment is there. Recovery is possible. Looking at depression as an example, depression is claiming so many lives. That's why we're having so many cases of suicide. Why? Because of depression. We have anxiety disorders. We have so many of these disorders that come. But most of these issues are psychological problems. But when we work together, when we collaborate, when we support one another, it is possible for us to be able to recover together, we can heal together, and transformation is possible. And this is why we are trying to call upon everyone out there. If you know a family member, you know a relative, you know a friend, you know a workmate who could be struggling with whatever mental illness, with whatever challenge that they are going through, maybe they are going through any crisis of whatever type. When we support such people, when we help one another, when we help them, help is available. That's why, as a Liverpool fan, I always say, you will never walk alone. And because of that attitude of never walking alone, I can tell you, help is a sort. We can actually seek for help. When you seek for help, you actually find it. When you ask for support, you actually get it. But the problem with it is the stigma that comes when it comes to around mental health. But our call, my call, as a voice of restoration, even our call is that let's seek for help. Let's support our loved ones. Let's seek out for support. Let's embrace teamwork. Let's embrace family mental health. Let's embrace supporting one another so that we're able to strengthen families. Once the families are strengthened, everything will work out. Why? Because everything starts and falls on family. That's why if you look at most of the mental health crisis, most of the challenges, most of the damages happen at family level. And equally, when family support is there, recovery is faster, healing happens faster, and everything works out faster. That's why many people have recovered and they're living fruitful lives. That's why we are putting up the strong message that, hey, help is available. Let's reach out for help. And above all, let's break stigma. Let's collaborate. And for other partners who are into the space of mental health, I want to say, let's collaborate. Let's work together as a family, as a team. Let's work together so that we don't do things on our own, but actually we can be able to see how do we synergize so that we're able to bring work together, we're able to collaborate and strengthen ourselves so that we have a better Uganda and we improve mental health as a country. Otherwise, I want to thank the parliamentarians, I want to thank all the stakeholders, I want to thank Minister of Health, I want to thank the organizers for this year's conference, and my hope and my call is that we will leave this conference knowing that we have planted a seed. What is that seed? Making sure that we strengthen collaboration and partnerships for better mental health services in Uganda. And I want to call upon everyone who is out there. Every health center has a mental health unit. Every referral hospital has a mental health unit. And mental illness is just like another illness. it can be treated in a health facility. So I call upon everyone out there, let's reach out for support and let's create more awareness, let's support our people, and above all, let's look forward a Uganda which is thriving in mental health services. Thank you so much.